CMC, say it ain't so, man. What the fuck? It's too early for this shit to be happening, Pat. I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it.
No good.
What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us and welcome to Elite Fantasy Nation podcast. I'm your host, Matt Dennis. You can follow me at Fantasy Matt EFN. As always, with my boy, Pat Wendelken. He's over there, and I got it right. You can follow him at City Stars 136. What is up, my boy, Pat?
Not much, man. Just battling some rain. Nice rainy Wednesday in New Jersey. Or rainy
you got
Tuesday,
a big,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
got a big storm coming. Pat's off work because his work was worried about all the rain and torrential flooding in New Jersey. So he's chilling at home. So I figured before I pack it up and head over to the Fantasy Football Expo in Canton, and Pat drives his ass over there, and hopefully he drives safe. We figured we'd jump on for one last podcast. And the news from yesterday made it even more important. So Pat, why don't you start with the doozy, bro? Get right into that shit.
Man. Let's be right to the point. CMC shut down the rest of the preseason. That's it.
Come on. There's more than that. Injured in practice with a calf strain.
Yeah. But you know what it is, though? It's like he's your golden ticket. He's going to be, even if he hurt his fingernail or anything, they weren't going to risk it anyway. Like, you want to get your reps, fine. But now it's official. You got to keep an eye on him. He should be fine, hopefully. But he is the workhorse, bro. Let's be honest. He is that team is built around him, so it has to work. There is no falling or failing with him now. So
yeah, and definitely keep an eye
as well, man.
Yeah, and like Pat said, this news kind of broke yesterday. He was taken out of practice yesterday with a calf strain. So make sure everybody kind of keeps the tab on it. If you guys don't follow Dr. Chow on Twitter. He's like one of the biggest followers as far as like doctors and as far as injuries in the football realm. He kind of will, usually look at the video, look at the film if he can find it, tell you what he thinks about the strain, how long it'll be, and kind of gives really good expert advice about it. So follow Dr. Chow. But yeah, in the meantime, very little news is out. Just calf strain. He'll be week to week is kind of what they said. Probably be out a couple of weeks, I think is what the last report was. But that obviously, like Pat says, means that he'll be out for all of the rest of training camp and probably preseason. But yeah, could be huge news. Hopefully it's something minor. But it is that time of year, man. Like Sleeper has the notices popping left and right about this guy's, injured, taken off the field, non-healthy. He, so-and-so's, didn't practice or whatever it is. So make sure you keep on the feeds. It is this crazy time of year. It does suck, but knock on wood, CMC is not going to be injured throughout the whole entire year. Hopefully it's something that, after a couple of weeks, he's back to 100% health and will be the rock star that he is. Pat, if you had to draft today, where would you take CMC? Like, how would this affect your draft, or would it?
I don't think it would. I think he stays up there. He's going to be a top 2, 3-ish. I really don't see him going past 3 anyway in every mock I've done and drawn for my redraft. So I think he'll be fine, to be honest with you. Some people might be more cautious anyway. They'll just take CD Lamb or somebody else. But, I mean, I can't see it being that dramatic for him. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I would agree. I think until we get anything newsworthy that says, hey, it's worse than they anticipated, I definitely take him 101. And, he's worth the risk. In the past, when he's had injuries, he's still worth the risk. And if it goes sideways, it goes sideways, I guess.
And you got a problem.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully it's not, something that lingers for too long. So, yeah. Before Pat goes on, I kind of just jumped right into the news because CMC is worth, the intro and worth the conversation. But before he goes on, we got some big news. So we have dropped our first podcast on the South Harmon feed. As we've talked about, it's All In is the name of the podcast. It's on South Harmon's audio feed if you listen to them, or if you subscribe to their audio feeds via Apple, whoever you get your kind of audio listens to. But you'll see us weekly drop. The first one just dropped this morning. So check us out, All In. I'll add the link down below. So please go to South Harmon, listen to their audio feeds, listen to their weekly feeds. There's a lot of great content creators that are on there. Pat and I are lucky to join them. So the kind of logo that you see here is our thumbnail. So whenever you see that, that'll be me and Pat. We'll be doing weekly Wednesday. I think Wednesday morning they're going to be dropping it. So check us out, All In Fantasy Football Podcast. Yeah. We are stoked. So thanks again to South Harmon, man. And to Adam and Mike. Love you guys and can't wait to party it up in Canton, Ohio. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Sorry, I had to get that in there. Oh, and like and subscribe down below, by the way.
Of
We're at
course, bro.
75.
That
We're
never
at 75,
changes.
aren't we, Pat? 75?
Yeah, 75. I mean, we're right where we want to be. We're going to be more, hopefully be 100 or so at the expo. So we're on pace for what we called the other day.
Yeah. What about your boys, man? Have you been hitting up your boys, harassing them?
Yeah, I've been hitting them
Dangling the
up.
carrot?
They're on our Instagram also, Elite Fantasy Nation Instagram we're on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Give that a rock,
I got
man.
tons of stuff on the feed, bro. Everyone's been, liking, following, commenting. They're we're trying to keep up with the times of the news. If it breaks, I try to get it as quick as I can out there. So
Yeah.
we're on
Pat's been
all
doing an awesome
platforms,
job.
bro.
Pat even handling the IG feed. So if everybody is watching, that is the mastermind Pat Wendelken. You can check him out. Also follow his personal feed as well at City Stars. So yeah. All right, starting it off to news, man. I forgot to to properly introduce us, man.
Yeah, we're all over it, bro. Little by little, we're taking over. Little by little.
We're all in.
Let's go with the other trending news is the Brandon Ayuk continues. Is like part 8 or whatever we're on. So
dude. The beat goes on.
So there's trade. Now we have trade suitors. One dropped out. There's 2 in it, and there's another name that keeps reappearing. And it's like a nightmare reoccurring. So will it end or will it not? The Patriots are officially not in contention anymore for Brandon Ayuk. They're going to do what they have. They don't want to give it.
Yesterday
yesterday they officially dropped out. So they're done. The Browns are still in it. Don't know why. I think they have a lot of, they got a lot of juice going on over there. I don't think they need another wide receiver, personally.
But see, here's also too, the Browns is really interesting because they would have to, whoever's going to trade for him is going to have to re-sign him. The Browns has so much money invested in Deshaun Watson. How can they afford a mega contract for somebody like Brandon Ayuk? That's kind of like the head scratcher that I was thinking all day yesterday. Yeah. I'm like, the Browns make the least amount of sense, to be honest with you. New England would have made sense because they don't really have a clear number one.
Yeah, a lot of rookies they're dealing with. I mean, you got look, Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore. I mean, you got 3 studs already, decent getting paid wide receivers. I mean, it's not like you have cheap guys there. You know what I mean? David Njoku at your tight end. You got a lot of, throwing, targets. Not like you need a desperate another number one, Plus you said the money is super high.
So let's play this out. Let's say Cleveland does sign him. Who do you think, in your opinion, it hurts the most? Or multiple people, if you feel like it's not just one particular person.
I think a lot of stock will go down. Jerry Jeudy's going to drop for sure. He goes down definitely a tier because Amari is their number one. So he'll like kind of switch to the other side. He'll be the number 2, I would say. And then
you mean you could be the number 2?
You could be number 2, or he could be number 1, depending how he is. I mean, that's between Amari and a Cooper, you could do 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. So Jerry Jeudy's going to drop it, and Elijah Moore definitely gets hurt the most because he'll be like bench 4, or like a switch out type thing. So
I don't disagree at all, man. I think you're spot on, brother. I think Jerry Jeudy becomes easily the number 3 when they do a 3 wide receiver set.
And Matt, you can argue too, because David Njoku is also right there in the middle at all times, also. So he could be like a 1-2, also. So it affects everyone realistically.
Yeah, and I agree. Like Elijah Moore, who was on the Jets at one point and was like a beast before they traded him. I mean, he would become Mr. Irrelevant. Like he would become wide receiver 4. Like when would he ever see the lineup unless somebody gets injured?
Yeah, injury or random play that comes in, his stock will drop like a rock. But I think everyone else does, also will too. But we'll see. Like I said, that's that. But so now, before
we go on, so
that's
Deshaun Watson, do you think this would, let's say he does go there, would this increase your love for Deshaun Watson, or do you think it doesn't have any effect on Watson?
I think it should bump him a little bit more. I mean, it's another great target that that has great hands. Yeah, I mean, Matt, I've been in my redrafts. He's been almost my like second quarterback in a lot of the times. I get him towards the end of the draft, and he's still good, dude. Even if he's about 60% to 70% of what he was in his prime, that's fucking phenomenal. I don't think people realize how good this dude was. Like you got like,
oh, dude, he was a beast.
This whole. Think about it. Ever since this whole, the whole massage thing and all these things, it just dropped him, and then a little bit of an injury. But if he
hasn't been the same quarterback though. Let's just be honest, dude. I mean, it didn't just drop him. It didn't just drop him because of stock. It dropped him because his play has been atrocious since he's come back.
Yeah. So let's hope hey man, I hope for the best for everybody, but it could be major for him if they get him. But he should have a good year anyway. I still have good stock in him this year.
All right.
I
All
did
right.
trade for him, as you know, in one of our
Yep.
leagues, so I do have him. So I have stock on that man.
Hell yeah.
So the other one is the Steelers is back in the news, and it fits too. You know what I mean? Like they don't have that crazy. I mean, they have George Pickens. Would be their number one, but he'll bump to two.
Yeah.
And like Roman Wilson is hurt.
Yeah,
That's
he's been
the
hurt a
rookie
couple of
everyone's
times
looking at.
throughout the season
Van
or
Jefferson's
preseason,
nothing
I should say.
crazy. Like there's nothing great there. Pat Fryermuth. I mean, there's nothing really. Like he would fit great there. He'll definitely be the clear number one with all the attention.
I mean, besides New England, I think honestly Pittsburgh makes the most amount of sense. I mean, you mentioned it a couple weeks back, but I mean, even since you go back to the draft, there was talk about them trading during the draft for him. So there was kind of rumblings that Pittsburgh wanted him for a while. So they just got to pull the trigger. It's just amazing to me that like San Francisco's still dangling this shit out there. Just like, it kind of blows my mind that like they're just letting it play out as long as they do. Apparently they've got trade offers, like actually physically have, pen to paper what teams would give them for them unless they haven't hit, kind of what they want for Ayuk. But I mean, hell, at this point, Ayuk's not even going to show up at training camp. He's not even doing anything until he gets paid or traded. So it's like at this point, they've kind of dragged it on as long as you can. I would just say get in the hell on a new team and move on.
I mean, you want this done before. You want at least to have him, introduced in training camp to his new teammates or something. You just want to drop him week one, and just throw him in.
It's even for San Francisco. You just at the end of the day, like I don't want the drama done. Like there's so much talk, and every time that every time that they get in front of a camera or whatever, do some type of an interview, this subject keeps coming up. So it's like at some point you just want, if you're San Francisco, you just want it to go away. So it's just surprising they haven't pulled the trigger yet. Hopefully this week.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so those are the two main headlines. These other ones are slightly older. I'll go run through them a little quicker. Tyreek Hill gets his contract extension, 3 years, $90 million, $7 million signing bonus, $59 million guaranteed. Average salary is going to be $30 million. Congratulations. We knew he deserved it. He's one of the best. Even at his age, keeps rolling. Tua's got his number one. They're all happy in the fish world over there.
Hell yeah.
So
Congrats.
Let's keep them rolling. Next
Old
up,
man Hill.
I was going to say, Hill is
he's not over the hill yet. He's not over the hill yet.
He's like Benjamin Button, bro. He's defying odds, bro. Don't worry about it. The other one I think that's got like the most ramifications for fantasy, and we spoke about this actually the other day. Puka Nacua being week to week with his knee injury. I think you should keep an eye on it because you never know where that could lead to. Had such a phenomenal all-star year last year. Yeah, Cooper Cup goes up. Puka might go down a little bit. He's in being week to week, but I still think he's pretty solid. I mean, as long as it's not as serious as what it should be, keep on rolling with that. So just keep your eye on it. Someone to just do note when you're drafting because a lot of redrafts will be starting within a week or so. So keep an eye on that. Rashid Rice, another one, no suspension yet. Like you said, we spoke about this too. Goodell is going to wait to see what the legal ramifications will be before he puts it. Will it be this year? Will it not be? It's a big question mark. So keep an eye on him because, like you said, his draft stock has dropped since this. Like a lot of
it's starting to go back up. Yeah, it's starting to go back up now that he hasn't been suspended. There's talks that
they don't know where he's at. Yeah, so you got Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown are your other two. So those are your three you're going to be playing with for him. Those are his toys. That's Mahomes' three new toys to play around with. So we'll see where it goes, I guess you can say.
So
and then
we're going to go back to the story of drafting. So how do you look at Rashid Rice right now? You're drafting. As of now, there's no news about any suspension. Are you gonna draft him as though there's no suspension until it becomes official, or how are you looking at that?
I would go for Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, then Rice. Those are my picks. I'd leave him third on my chart. Yes.
Okay.
That's how I played it. I've been taking Hollywood's been getting drafted over him anyway, in a lot of the redrafts I've seen. So stick with Hollywood. Worthy's fine. I mean, Rashid, there's a big question mark because if you take him too high and he does somehow miss something, it sucks. Throws it off. But if he doesn't, then it's just like risk reward, bro. I think there's a little more of a high risk reward on this one.
So you have Xavier Worthy, the rookie, ahead of Rashid Rice.
Yeah, I feel safer because I know he's going to touch the field for sure. Yeah, okay. I like guaranteed money versus like the gamble right now. But with that, just in that case, I guess you can say. So if you have me, you take Hollywood Brown first for sure. Hollywood first, Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I struggle. I just know Hollywood Brown has never been consistent he's had flashes when he was at Baltimore. He's never been this guy who is, you can consistently rely on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, I should say. So on best ball, I would love Hollywood Brown because I just think, it's worth the risk. But
Yeah, could hit the
again,
lineup anytime.
yeah, I mean, but between the three, honestly, I struggle with like how to even rank them. I would probably have Hollywood maybe 1A, then Rashid Rice 1B, and then Xavier, who I love. I just don't know, again, as a rookie, how much is he going to get playing time? How much is he going to fit into that offense?
I
And
can see that.
how quickly? Just because rookies, it takes a little while. Even if you're the best rookie, it's going to take you a little while to kind of hit your peak, unless you're like a number one, like Malik Neighbors, for example. Yeah, so I'd put him as number 1A, 1B is probably how I'd look at it. No suspension whatsoever. I'd put Rashid Rice over Hollywood Brown. But to your point, I think it is risky, so I probably would draft Hollywood slightly ahead of him.
Yeah.
But Hollywood, I've never been a fan of as far as like fantasy football. I think there's always been this hype on him because of what he can do, but he doesn't do what he can do consistently. So for me, it's like,
you know who he reminds me of, kind of?
Who?
A Gabe Davis. Boomer bust.
Yes, no,
big
100%.
Catch, big run.
Yeah.
Same like platform. So that's
and then the fucker disappears, and then he disappears for 2 weeks, and you're like, where the hell's this guy at? He's scoring me 2 points or 5 points.
He's gone.
What happened to him? Yeah, you're just like, is he injured? And he's not even injured. He just isn't doing. I mean, Hollywood, I just remember there's a couple of times when he just would have the drops. Do you remember that when he was at Baltimore? He'd be wide open and would have the ball just like dropped in, like total great pass right in the right basket, and he just would drop it as he's running. And it's just like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. So yeah, and that's a good question. We'll see how it plays out, though.
So just keep your eyes on that. And the last one that I'm going to really bring up is just the quarterback battle in Las Vegas between Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. They're going to both get a quarter. I think they play Saturday. I want to say they both are playing Saturday against the Vikings. I want to say so. We'll see, man. It's like you brought in kind of like a little bit of a veteran for Aiden to kind of like push his ass a little further, like I've spoken about. Yeah. I think Aiden should be the one. I think he'll play better, hopefully, and gets it.
I agree.
And Gardner's fine too. It is what it is, but just something to keep an eye on. I mean, there's nothing else really too phenomenal there, but that's pretty much it, man. See what happens.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. I think Aiden O'Connell has probably get the leg up just because he was there last year. Gardner, I think, is a great kind of like safety valve for Vegas. We'll see how they utilize him and like what they, given, like you said, it's a quarter piece. So theoretically, Gardner Minshew can win the job outright. But I feel like they believe in Aiden. That's why they didn't really draft or bring anybody else bigger in besides Gardner Minshew. I think that they've like kind of at least firmly believe for this year as a bridge year, Aiden O'Connell is good enough for them. Question for you, man. We didn't talk about it, but what happened in New York yesterday as far as the Giants?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
we didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about this.
There's a scuffle every day in Lions-Giants preseason camp over here in the in the Meadowlands.
There's haymakers being thrown,
bro. Yeah, Malik Neighbors was thought he was Rocky Balboa the other day,
trying
fucking
to
slinging. I'm like, what are you doing, man? I'm like, I saw the video. I'm like,
oh, he was like,
what is this?
He was
swinging, dude.
Oh, hell yeah, he was in like light throws. He was trying to knock some dudes out. It's so funny to me, man. Like football players that throw punches with when they've got their own helmet on, and B, when somebody else has their own helmet on. It's like you're just punching the guy in his helmet. Like, are you that dumb? Like, you can break your hand. Like, what do you think you're gonna do? You think you're actually gonna knock a guy out who's wearing a helmet?
Pretty stupid. But yes, I agree with that. That's not the brightest thing to do. So yeah, I agree with that. But
it'll be interesting to see.
They play tomorrow. I mean, none of them will be playing. I mean, you may see Neighbors a little bit get chippy probably. But
I think it'll be awesome to see if they play them and like.
Well, let's put it this way. I hope it's not a tsunami because that's all you're gonna get. So wet, wild, rainy
that's
game.
True. So, yeah, they play tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Yep.
I'll be at the expo by then. I'll be at the shit school.
I'm gonna take a jet ski to fucking Canton because I'm gonna be driving through soggy Pennsylvania the whole ride because a lot of flights are already being delayed and canceled, by the way. So me not flying actually worked out better.
Yeah, I hope that I can make it from Chicago. So I got an early flight. I think it's at noon. It leaves Chicago and it lands at like 2:30, I think, in Canton or Cleveland, and then I got to take an hour. Who knows, Uber, whatever the hell I'm going to take from there to Canton, Ohio. It's about an hour. So
cool.
Yeah. So what? we'll talk about Canton here in a minute. Let's talk about the games.
Yes.
I know it's preseason. It is what it is, right? So it's preseason week 1. I mean, we'll see who plays, but is there anything? What's the thing that you're most excited about this weekend? I mean, football is back.
Well,
First and foremost, football is back. Whether or
I'm
not
thankful
you
for that.
consider it, whether or not you consider football in preseason or not, it's back.
Well, between that, I don't really watch baseball and the Olympics. I'm taking preseason football right now because I need something, fiending for something. So I think the Detroit Giants, see if there's fireworks, right? We could agree on that, see what we get. Plus, you can see a little neighbors action.
There goddamn should be some fireworks, man. There should be at least one haymaker thrown during the game.
Yeah. So, like you said, let's see what New England, Carolina has to bring tomorrow. Also, I think that's also pretty interesting because, like a lot of rookies, like like what are we doing in New England? See what they kind of shape up with the wide receivers, quarterback play, everyone like that. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think anyone else is playing. I think there's only 2 games tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow there's only 2. There's like 3 on Friday, and then the rest.
Yeah, you got Houston,
the rest on Saturday.
Pittsburgh on Friday, Philly, Baltimore is the other one, and I don't know who else plays Friday. I think
Dude,
that's it.
I'll be interested to see if Caleb.
Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Caleb plays on Saturday for the Bears. The
Dude,
Bears
I
are playing
think
the
you
Bills.
should play. You gotta get him some reps, bro. Gotta get him some real reps, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I have to get him in no matter what.
100%.
And it sucks because we always say this every year in fantasy. The first 3 weeks are like the warm up games, and everyone's getting hurt. The shittiest games, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what's going on? And that's where. And I gotta give people advice: don't overreact the first 3 weeks of fantasy football. It's like their preseason, but a lot of people, I hear it every year. I drafted this guy. I'm like, bro,
yeah,
it's the first 3 weeks. You should understand.
Believe in the process. Believe in the process.
Every time, every year, it's the same thing. It's like, oh my god, what a horrible game. I said, dude, it's all right. You know what? Trade him to me. I'll take him. No problem. I'll be patient. Just bring it to me because the overreaction.
Are you going to be in? Are you going to be in what's his name's league again this year?
How's league?
No. Fuck. Chargers running back blanking.
Oh no, I didn't get anything from him. I haven't got anything from Austin Eckler this year, so he's not.
I don't know.
Now he's with the Commanders now, so I don't know what's going on. I didn't get anything from his usually I got a bunch of stuff from his charity. Yeah, so I didn't see anything, so I don't know. I'll look into it again though. I'll reach out.
Try to get in Eckler's league and see if you can beat his ass again and do some trades with Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I won his trades last year. He's good though. He knows his stuff. I can shout.
No, I know. It's just funny thinking.
Stuff, dude.
Yeah. It's just funny thinking that like you're in his league and you traded with him, and it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, man, it's cool, bro. So, but I didn't get the invite yet, so I don't know if he's doing it. When he got traded, I mean, it still goes for his foundation, so it's a good cause. So I'm pretty sure that 100%. Continues on. So
yeah.
I'll check it out, see what's going on. But I'm in a couple leagues. I joined a couple new ones.
When are your drafts?
You want it? Like the 29th, September 2nd or 3rd, or all random. Like that last week, a week before the first game.
It should be like bang, 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 bang
every time
the whole week.
Yeah.
I mean, do not for anybody that has a draft before the end of August. I'm sorry, knock it off because all this shit happens. You got obviously like CMC getting hurt. I mean, anybody can get hurt anytime. Oh, and then we also didn't talk about the suit, like Lamb doing holdout because he's not getting a contract, man.
Yeah.
And then you got Chase. When is he getting his?
Chase did not practice once. He's there, but he is not.
He's a hold in, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like you got all these guys that are hold ins that we haven't kind of really addressed yet. So, do you think Chase is going to get his contract before the season starts?
No.
So what do you think he's going to do? What do you think he's going to do?
He's going to play the season, and then that's it. Then they'll pay him at the end of the year, or they might maybe a mid-season kind of surprise. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
All right. What about Lamb? Dude, fucking Dallas. Like Jerry Jones just needs a.
I'm tired of that, bro. He's just cheap bastard, bro. He just cheap bastard. Worth billions of dollars, buys his team. Dude, pay the guy. Dude, pay him and Dak, bro. I wouldn't want to play for them. I swear to you,
dude, I've said that for years. I don't understand anybody that wants to go play for. You got the owner who acts like a GM, but then he has a GM. Like, I don't know. It's just
you have
weird.
the most like loyal retarded fans. Sorry, excuse me, politically correct in this. You have the most loyal,
Yeah.
uneducated
Be
fans.
nice. Be nice.
Yes. So, because they're diehard, they're gonna win every year, and they're really loyal to the brand and to that star, and they get screwed. Let's be honest. Jerry Jones screws them all the time too. No one wants to play for him. He does not treat the players that great.
No,
I
he
mean,
never
come
has,
on,
dude.
man. Like, look at Jimmy Johnson. Didn't even get to the Ring of Honor. Like, he guy's almost on his deathbed practically, and the guy's like, "All right, we'll put you in this year." Like,
Yeah.
dude won you championships, bro. Like, just how he thinks his mentality. I'm just
dick.
like,
He's just a dick.
get him out, bro. I don't like that shit, man.
Hell no. Pay this man his money. Pay Dak. I don't. So do you think Dak's gonna be back? I don't know if they want him back. That's my thing. I
don't think so. But who you replace him with?
Yeah, we talked about this before in another podcast, dude. It's like,
up, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Dallas, bro?
I mean, that's the thing. It's like,
dude, Jerry's cursing the team. I'm saying is when Jerry drops dead, they probably win a championship.
Well, here's a fucking funny thing, dude. They haven't won a championship in over 30 years. So it's like, what the hell is like? Bro. Why is he acting like he's the smartest man in the fucking room when they haven't even won a championship or even got there in 30 years? Like, dude, it's been 30 years since he's been in the championship, and that was big.
I mean, look, you haven't paid the two most important people. Your quarterback that's actually plays extremely well in the regular season, fails in the postseason. Fine.
All of the quarterbacks for Dallas fail in the postseason. Yeah, let's just be honest, man.
But then you have this amazing guy you drafted named CeeDee Lamb that produces every year. And really deserves his contract. I mean, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but CeeDee Lamb, give him his credit.
Oh, he deserves it, dude. He deserves it.
Give him the fucking money.
He's like top 3, top 5, however you're gonna argue it, wide receiver in the NFL.
That's why Dallas is probably still the most like unappealing place to play. It's like the most controversial like team to talk about realistically because the owner wants to do everything. If Jerry Jones could be the punter, he probably would. I'll do it. He'll just like, I'll do it. He'll like just get his pads on. Like,
dude, I'd love to see Jerry Jones as a punter and just get fucking nailed. Just somebody just come in out of left field and just fucking crush him. I bet his own team would probably. He'd strap up and they would just like stand up, offensive linemen stand up and like turn.
Yeah, it'd be like the longest yard.
When they would just let everybody get in and just fucking crush him. And then it'd be like, oh yeah, there you go, bitch. Get up now. Who are you gonna pay now?
Dude, they literally go in for this guy every week, you know, and like he's the biggest cheerleader in his box, and like these guys are up there, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Just I hate talking about the Cowboys. There's nothing good that comes out of it. Like I
just like getting you worked up.
It's true though, dude. Like, and I'm not even a Giants fan. I mean, like all my boys are. And like, it's
no,
fine.
I know.
Dude, it's fine. In New Jersey, bro, you're a Jet, Giant, or a Cowboy fan, or if you're like an off-brand like me, or a couple other guys like Dolphins and a couple other guys I know, or Niners. But like, it's usually either Cowboys, Giants, and Jets. And I'm like, I just don't understand that, bro. Like, you go from one way to another. It's like, that's it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm done.
All right, bro. Hey, check this out. What are you ready for? You ready for this weekend? What's this weekend?
I am. Fantasy Football Expo, bro. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Dude, tell them what we're doing, man. I know we talked about it last time, but let's kind of break down what we're doing.
You fly in tomorrow?
I fly in tomorrow.
I drive into Tsunami on Friday. I'll be there. We'll meet everybody, get introduced, drink, eat,
welcome
relax.
to school.
Yeah. Saturday, we got the draft.
Well, Friday night. We got the what is it? The
introduction, right?
Party. Yeah, it's like the meet and greet party. Yeah.
We got the draft there. There's other stuff going around though. Like there's gonna be like a ton of activities.
Flag football is Saturday as well. Saturday night there's a big party as well.
Yep.
And then lots of drinking, dude. We get to meet finally. We're gonna have to take a lot of photos. We're gonna meet Cody Carpentier. You're gonna meet Mike and Adam in person. Fizzle in person.
Yeah, man.
Fizzle in person. Matty K in person
maybe
too.
Des Bryant. I'll shake his hand. See how that man is.
we'll see, man. I mean, we'll see if he shows up this year. He was a star of the show last year, man.
I think as it gets bigger and bad, like bigger and like a badass thing now. Like I think you're gonna have more celebrities / stars come out. Like they're realizing this is great, dude, and they can make money off of this too. Come on, man.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like last year when Des was there, we're all talking about like, oh, that's just gonna be the start of like bringing in more and more celebrities every year. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be some random celebrities that'll show up. It is a pretty big thing. There's usually a couple, like probably 1,000 people that are there in Canton, Ohio. So we kind of influx of geeky fantasy football people. So we'll be there, dude, meeting in person. We're gonna have to take a lot of photographs. We'll post them on IG. Our IG boy will have to hit it up.
That's right. I'll hit that up. You know what I mean? To me, this is like Comic-Con for football.
Oh, it
Fantasy
is.
football.
Yeah. No, it's fair.
Like,
That's fair.
I'm used to it. I'm a nerd one way, a nerd in the other, and I
Have you ever been to
sneakers.
Comic-Con?
Hell yeah, I go every year, bro.
I've never been,
great.
bro. I've never been.
Oh, shit, dude, you have no idea.
Yeah.
One experience, yeah. I'm actually thinking about going to that Fanatics thing in New York coming up also. With all like,
when is that?
That's the following weekend. I mean, they got Jeter, Tom Brady. It's all Fanatics. Every sport has people coming to represent.
Oh, that'd be
cool. Be insane. It's at the Javits Center, so I might actually go to that also.
You're gonna have to hand out You're gonna have to hand out our card to everybody.
Yeah, I'll talk to them. But there's a lot of action coming up. So I got that. And I go to Comic-Con every October. I'll be there.
I was gonna say it's October, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go to San Diego. That's the elite. I want to talk about elite. That's the elite for the ultimate. That's where they drop all the bangers. So we'll see.
Well, because it's near LA, that's why.
Yeah, for all the acting and crap. So I'm excited. Let's get to this weekend and let's have a blast, man.
Hell yeah! I just got a text. Remember Jack Kitty Sack? He just had his first child. So him and Joan.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. So congrats to Jack and Joan. They delivered their first boy yesterday. William Kitty Sack. I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but congratulations to Jack and Joan and William. Awesome, welcome to the world, and you got a good pop, dude. So I imagine they're probably.
Jack, get ready not to sleep.
Oh yeah, good luck. It's gonna be it's gonna be like half a year until you can actually get some solid sleep in again, Jack. So good luck with that.
Yeah, you won't know what 8 hours looks like for a long time, my friend.
Hell no. Yeah, but everybody, like I said, we made it a quick podcast. There's really not too much to talk about, just because we got in between training camp and some games playing this weekend. But when we come back, Pat and I actually talked about. We'll see if we can get this rolling. We're going to see if we can maybe do a live feed from the shit school at the expo. Maybe we can borrow Mike and Adam's setup if they have it. And maybe we can grab Fizzle or Mike and Adam or both or all fucking five of us so we can get on and do an Elite Fantasy podcast from there. It'd be cool to kind of just like do one in person finally for once instead of through a screen, man. It's going to be weird, dude. Actually seeing you in person.
Too, right?
I'm going to run up and give you a big ass hug. You know that, right?
I love it. I'm ready, bro. I'll hug you right
dude,
back.
I'm a hugger, bro. I'm a hugger.
All right. Let's hug it out, baby.
What are you saying now?
Are we doing I said let's hug it out, bro. Are we gonna do the South Harmon draft? Like, are we doing a league with all these people?
Yeah. You're in one, which is just that's all the content creators. That's all the kind of South Harmon employees.
Is that gonna happen there?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Oh boy!
So I'm doing
Friday
one.
Night?
I'll have to ask. So I'm doing one. So there's actually two. So I'm doing one that was set up with like patrons as well, and I got in early. Okay. That's why I went there. That's why I'm getting there earlier than you because mine's Friday at 11. Friday in the morning at 11, and we're gonna do it in person with the board. But that's with people that are like also listeners as well, like patrons. And then I know Mike talked about doing one with just the content creators and doing one in person. But I'm not sure if we'll do it live there. I'll have to ask him. Ask in the Discord. Jump in there and ask.
Yeah, for sure.
See if we're going to do it in person and what day it is. I'm going to task you with that. Hell yeah.
Listen, Matt, let's let our viewers go. Let them get ready.
Yeah. Sorry, we're rambling. But yeah, we're happy. So go ahead. Click the link below for South Harmon. Subscribe, listen to us weekly. Also the other content creators, a couple of great podcasts that are on there as well. So give them a listen, give them a follow. And then also hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Please do so. Helps the algorithm. We're at 75. We want to be at 100. That's our next goal. Pat is 100. We want to hit 3 digits. Before we leave the expo, we want to be at 100. So please help us get there if you haven't already. And until next time, peace. We're out. Deuces.